What's up, Rebels? You may have recently caught me playing a new game called The Fifth Bell over on Twitch. I wanted to give you guys a full review and my honest opinion on this game. I got the game off of Keymailer, so I didn't pay for the game, but I am going to review the game with full honest feedback. The first part of the game is actually the hardest part, in my opinion. The map is big, and the items that you're searching for spawn in random locations. So the first part actually took me quite a bit of time to get past because of this, and how you have to find those items. It was a little bit confusing. I wish there would have been more directions, but in the end, I ended up finding everything. The jump scares, the first go around were good. They got me. The problem is that they were predictable because they kept happening at the same moment every single time. It would be nice to see an RNG of those jump scares since the items also are on an RNG. Um, but other than that, that part was pretty good. I was spooked. I was terrified, and um, it was a little difficult. As the game progressed, the game actually got easier, which I prefer as a game progresses for it to get harder. So for this game, the next round, the items were no longer randomly placed. They always showed up in the same locations. You could not run, but the guy that was chasing you every so often, you were the same speed as him. So he couldn't really catch up to you as long as you kept moving. You could also hide from him in like fenced in areas and stuff. So while it was still a little difficult, it was easier than the first round. In the next round, it was extremely easy. Once you solve the puzzle, which was very easy in my opinion, you get a sword, you kill bad guys. The bad guys are not hard to kill or anything like that. I made it through that round without dying at all. Um, in the fourth round, you're in a maze, which that part was a little difficult, but really it was still way easier than the first and second rounds. You had to avoid these werewolf creatures, but you had these cages you could hide in. And so I think it only took me a couple rounds to get through the maze and get to the end of that. The last round was, in my opinion, extremely easy. You just had to jump from platform to platform, and the platforms did move. But if you're used to playing games where you have to wait for right timing, it's extremely easy. It took me a few tries just because I was trying to gauge the movements, but it wasn't scary. There wasn't really any jump scares. It was creepy because some of the noises were creepy, but it really wasn't scary. I think the scariest parts of the game were the first part and the second part. The rest of the game, I really wasn't scared. I was more or less just trying to figure out the puzzles and what to do. So it would definitely be nice to see more jump scares throughout the whole game, and the progression kind of work backwards. Start out easier and then work its way to harder. But that's my opinion.